I wasn't born. I was grown. My first breath was taken inside a titanium cradle. My first heartbeat amplified by the thrum of planetary reactors. They called me Unit 47K, an experimental breed, a hybrid of the apex predator from Isra Prime, and something ancient from the elven bloodlines of Valterai. I had the body of a beast, but my mind was built for war. But I remember the first time I saw her. She wasn't wearing the red ceremonial robes of the high houses. She wore armor, dark silver plate that clung to her curves like a second skin, sharp and elegant. Her silver-white hair was braided tightly down her shoulders. Her face, framed by long pointed ears, was too perfect to be born of the same blood that had engineered me. She had eyes like blue flame, and they looked at me, not like I was a weapon, but like I was a question. "You don't look like a monster to me," she said. I didn't speak then. My vocal cords hadn't been activated. My thoughts were locked behind the biotech interface that pulsed between my shoulder blades. But I remember wanting to say something. That was the first glitch in my programming. They called her Commander Elora Selrai, youngest daughter of the War Queen of the Elven Dominion. She was supposed to observe the experiment for combat viability. That meant me, the last of the Apex series. And for some reason, she kept coming back. "I know you understand me," she whispered through the reinforced glass. "I can feel it." I would sit, breathing slow and silent in the sterile blue light, pretending not to notice how she leaned in closer each day. And then one night, she walked in, past the guards, past the kill code protocols. She opened the cage with a hiss of pressurized air and stepped inside. They told her I was unstable, a living weapon, a clawed execution engine wrapped in sentient muscle. She didn't care. "Come with me," she said. I followed. It's strange to remember the first time I tasted wind. Raw wind, unfiltered by ventilation systems or recycled air. It hit my fur like a song. The sky above Isra Prime was purple with storms, but that night it was clear. Stars blinked between the clouds. She called me Kale. It means unbroken. The Elven Dominion didn't take kindly to her theft. They sent ships, squadrons, assassins in black armor, whose swords vibrated in and out of phase with this dimension. They thought they could bring her back. They thought I would stand aside. They were wrong. I didn't kill because I was ordered. I killed because they tried to take her from me. And every time I came back to her, she didn't flinch. Not once. Even soaked in blood, even trembling from the aftershock of battle, she would reach for me, press her forehead to mine and whisper, "You're not what they made you to be. You're mine now." We hid for a while in the mountains of Relic 9. She taught me language, not through code, but by singing. The Elven tongue isn't spoken. Its tone felt resonated. It wasn't long before I spoke her name aloud. Elora, the first word I ever chose to say. But peace never lasts. Not for creatures like us. They offered her a chance. Return to the Dominion. Disown me. Reclaim her royal station. She laughed. "I'd rather die than leave him," she said. So they tried to make that happen. The last battle was not a battle. It was an execution. They lured us out with a false distress signal. Elora thought it was one of her sisters. I knew better. I smelled the steel of ships long before they descended. I told her to run. She said no, so we stood together on the crumbling ledge of a canyon world, the air crackling with energy spears and plasma bolts. They came with weapons, drones, voices screaming over loudspeakers. "Return the creature. You don't know what he is." But she did. She always did. I was hers. And in that final moment, when the blast from orbit lit the sky like a second sun, she turned to me, wrapped her fingers around the side of my jaw, and whispered, "They want you to be a weapon. I want you to be free." When I woke, she was gone, but not dead. I felt it. Through the bond they couldn't understand. They had taken her, sealed her in one of their stasis tombs, locked her away like a secret they couldn't destroy. And they left me behind. They thought I would die, but monsters don't die. Not when they're in love. It has been 7 years. I am no longer a beast hiding in the shadows. I have a voice, a plan, and a name that echoes in the minds of Dominion generals like a curse. Kale, the Unbroken. They say I command a legion of war beasts, that I've hacked their ancient biotech, that I stalk the edges of their empires like a ghost made of claws and vengeance. They're not wrong, but they still don't understand. I'm not here for war. I'm not here for revenge. I'm here for her. And when I find the stasis tomb where they locked her heart away, I will open it, not with teeth, not with fire, but with the voice she gave me. And I will say, I am not your weapon. I am her voice.